You wake before the world remembers its own name. A quiet hour, a trembling breath, a heartbeat that feels heavier than it should. And for a moment, you wonder if you can rise again today. You feel the weight of everything you've carried. Dreams that slipped through your fingers. Voices that doubted you. Moments when your own reflection felt like a stranger. Yet even now, something stirs. A small, steady ember inside you. The quiet reminder that you are still here. In the dark, you listen. To your breath. To your pulse. To the subtle truth whispering beneath your pain. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius, a man who knew storms. A man who spoke to the tired, the overwhelmed, the human. The world around you may shake, but the world within you, that is where your strength begins. So you rise, slowly. Not with fire, but with intention. Because real strength rarely roars. Most days, it simply gets up. You walk through the silence of your room. Each step a reminder that you are moving, even when it feels like you're not. Life is not measured by the noise of your victories, but by the quiet courage of your smallest decisions. There were nights when you thought you wouldn't make it. Nights when the shadows felt louder than your hope. Nights when your own mind felt like an enemy. But here you are, still breathing, still searching, still fighting for a life that means something. Pain taught you to look deeper. Failure taught you to stand slower. Loneliness taught you to see yourself. Everything shaped you. Everything carved you. Everything, even the moments you cursed, brought you here. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." You didn't ask for the difficulties, but you survived them. And in the quiet corners of your being, you know they changed you. You step outside. The air is cool, almost cleansing. The world is still half asleep. Yet it feels like it's watching you begin again. A light breeze brushes your face. A reminder that nothing in nature rushes, yet everything becomes what it must. You breathe slowly, deeply. And for the first time in a long time, you allow yourself to feel everything. The hurt, the confusion, the longing, the hope, all of it. Because nothing heals when it's ignored. Nothing transforms when it's denied. You whisper to yourself, not loudly, not confidently, but sincerely, "I am here." And that is enough for now. The world has tried to harden you, to make you numb, to make you believe you must pretend to be unbreakable. But strength isn't the absence of breaking. Strength is breaking and choosing to rise anyway. There were people who didn't believe in you, people who underestimated the quiet fire in your chest, people who left when your storms became too heavy for them to hold. But you are not their choice. You are your own, and that is a power they never understood. You walk further. The sky blushes with the first traces of dawn, a color you've seen 1,000 times. Yet today, it feels new, fragile, hopeful. Life waits for no one, but it always leaves room for those brave enough to step forward. You think about your past, how often you bent yourself to fit the expectations of others, how often you traded your truth for belonging, how often you shrank your light because someone else feared shining. But not anymore. Not now. Not after everything you've endured. The pain you survived didn't break you. It revealed you. It stripped away the parts of you that were never truly yours. It carved space for the person you were meant to become. Every scar is a map, a quiet story of where you've been and the strength required to get here. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And you are learning that mastery is not a sudden victory. It is a daily practice, a returning to yourself again and again. You keep walking, your footsteps steady, your breath even, your mind clearing like mist under morning light. You begin to see that your life has always been more than the moments that hurt you, more than the losses you grieved, more than the mistakes you replayed in the quiet hours of night. Your life is not defined by what broke you. It is defined by the way you continue to shape yourself from the pieces. You reach a small hill overlooking the city. The sun is rising now, slow, patient, certain. A quiet lesson wrapped in light. You do not need to rush. You only need to rise. The city below awakens. Cars hum softly. Windows glow. People begin their rituals of survival and hope. And for a moment, you feel connected to all of them. The dreamers, the broken, the restless, the resilient. Everyone you have ever known has fought a battle you never saw. Everyone you once envied has cried in rooms you'll never enter. Everyone you once thought stronger than you has doubted themselves on nights that felt endless. We are all human. We are all searching. We are all learning how to carry invisible weights. You let the wind move through you, and you allow yourself to imagine what your life could look like if you chose to stop hiding your fire. What if you stopped doubting your worth? What if you let go of the story that told you you weren't enough? What if you finally believed that everything you need to rise is already within you? The thought scares you, but it also awakens you. There is no power greater than a soul convinced of its own strength. You close your eyes and you allow the silence to speak. It reminds you of the truth you've always known. You were never weak. You were only growing. You were never lost. You were only learning. You were never worthless. You were only unfolding. The sun warms your face. The world opens like a slow miracle, and you realize something profound. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. You don't need someone to save you. You don't need permission to become who you were meant to be. You only need to begin, right here, right now, exactly as you are. A breath in, a breath out, a decision made in silence. You step forward, not quickly, not dramatically, just forward. And that one small step is the beginning of 1,000 transformations. Because the journey is not about speed, it's about direction. And today, your direction changes. You decide to forgive yourself for all the days you couldn't rise, for all the times you didn't feel strong, for all the chapters where you felt unworthy. Forgiveness is not weakness. Forgiveness is liberation. The freeing of a soul too heavy with regret. You whisper into the wind, I release myself. And though the world does not respond, you feel the weight lift from your chest. You remember the Stoic idea? If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Aurelius again, teaching simplicity in an age of complexity. And so you choose truth, your truth, not the one shaped by fear, not the one shaped by others, the one that has lived inside you all along. You walk with a new steadiness, not because your path is easy, but because your spirit is awake. You think of all the moments you doubted your power, all the times you hid your voice, all the times you settled for less than you deserved, and you feel a deep, quiet sadness for the person you once were. Not pity, compassion, understanding. They carried you here. They fought in ways no one will ever know. They made choices with the knowledge they had. They did the best they could. And now, you are ready for more. The world expands around you. A landscape of possibility. A reminder that life is not happening to you. Life is responding to you. Your thoughts shape your path. Your choices shape your destiny. Your courage shapes your future. And courage is built one breath at a time. You reach a quiet place, a space where the noise fades and the world softens. Here you pause, not because you are tired, but because you are finally listening. The silence speaks. You are stronger than you think. You are wiser than you believe. You are becoming someone you once prayed for. And for the first time, you believe it. You open your eyes. A deeper calm settles in your chest. Not the calm that comes from having answers, but the calm that comes from finally asking the right questions. You look at your hands, the hands that held on, the hands that let go, the hands that built quiet strength in the shadows. Every scar on them is a testament, every line a memory, every tremor a reminder that you are still human, still trying, still rising. You breathe again, slow, intentional, present. You realize that most of your life you ran from pain, ran from truth, ran from the parts of yourself that scared you. But now you stand still, and in this stillness, you find a power you never recognized. For the first time, you understand the Stoic truth. Freedom is not the absence of obstacles. It is the mastery of your response to them. You feel a shift inside, quiet but unmistakable, a returning of your strength, a reclaiming of your inner ground. You turn your gaze toward the horizon, where the sun finally breaks through. Light stretches across the land, reminding you that darkness was never meant to last. You begin to walk again, your steps steady, your pulse calm, your presence grounded in the moment. Along the path, memories surface, some soft, some heavy, all necessary. You remember the nights you stayed up, wondering if your life would ever change. You remember the words that hurt you, spoken by people who never saw your heart. You remember the dreams you buried, thinking they were too far away. And then, you remember something else, a truth you forgot. You are allowed to begin again, not once, not twice, but as many times as it takes. You stop beneath a lone tree, its branches shaped by years of storms, twisted, scarred, resilient. It stands not because it avoided hardship, but because it learned how to bend without breaking. You touch its bark, rough, real, unapologetic, and you realize you are not so different from this tree. You too have weathered storms. You too have grown in directions you never expected. You too have roots deeper than anyone sees. A soft voice inside you whispers, "Grow anyway." The world is loud, full of opinions, noise, distractions. People telling you who to be, how to think, how to feel, how to live. But the Stoics remind you, man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus, you cannot control the world. You can only shape the lens through which you see it. So you choose a clearer lens, not one filtered through fear, not one clouded by doubt, a lens sharpened by truth. And through it, you see yourself more clearly. You see the courage it took to survive. You see the strength it takes to grow. You see the beauty in the parts of you that refuse to quit. Suddenly, the heaviness you've carried for years feels a little lighter, not because it vanished, but because you finally stopped carrying it alone. The morning deepens around you. Life continues its quiet dance. Birds call to each other across the distance. Wind hums through the leaves. The world exists effortlessly, and you are learning to do the same. Not perfectly, not easily, but honestly, you continue walking. Your pace gentle, your mind opening like a window letting in fresh air. You think of the fears that once paralyzed you, the failures that haunted you, the expectations that suffocated you. But now, they feel distant, like echoes from a life you no longer belong to. You are not the person who entered the night. You are someone shaped by the dawn. Your heart, once guarded, now feels like a room with open doors, a place where truth can enter, where fear can be acknowledged, where hope can breathe. You whisper quietly to yourself, almost shyly, almost reverently, I am ready, ready to carry your past with compassion, not shame, ready to face your future with courage, not fear, ready to inhabit the present with gratitude, with clarity, with strength. The path bends, you follow, not because you know where it leads, but because you are no longer afraid of not knowing. Uncertainty is no longer an enemy. It is a teacher, a guide, a reminder that life is lived moment by moment, not in the illusion of control, but in the practice of acceptance. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." You feel the truth of it now. How many nights you lost to worries that never came true? How many days you surrendered to fears that were only shadows? How much life you forfeited to the prison of your own thoughts? But today is different. Today you let the sunlight break those shadows. Today you return home to yourself. You walk until the city feels distant, until the voices fade, until the world narrows into the rhythm of your breath. And in that sacred quiet, you feel it, a small steady flame inside you, once dim, now rising, not with fury, but with purpose. You finally understand. You were never waiting for the world to change. You were waiting for yourself. You lift your chin, your spine aligns, your mind steadies, and you allow the next truth to settle deep within. You are becoming someone you can trust, someone strong, someone patient, someone honest, someone whole. The wind shifts, the world exhales, and you walk forward, not away from your past, but toward your becoming. The light grows warmer. It spills across your skin, like a quiet blessing, subtle and patient, as if the universe itself is reminding you that you belong here. Your breath deepens, your steps slow, not from exhaustion, from awareness. For the first time, you notice the way the world holds you, how the earth supports every step, how the sky stretches open for you, how even the breeze seems to carry your name. You never realized how much life has been trying to speak to you. You simply couldn't hear it, over the noise of your own doubts. But now, in this growing calm, you begin to hear everything. The past no longer screams. The future no longer threatens. The present gently invites. You walk with a new posture, not tall with arrogance, but upright with self-respect. There is a sacred power in standing fully inside yourself, in no longer shrinking to fit, in no longer bending to please, in no longer hiding your fire to make others more comfortable. You were never meant to live small. Your soul was forged for expansion. Your spirit was born to stand in the open air. A thought returns to you, one you used to dismiss. Maybe you were built for something greater. Not fame, not applause, not validation, but purpose, peace, mastery. You feel those words echo through the deeper parts of you, resonating like a distant drum, calling you toward the life you are meant to claim. You stop for a moment, your eyes lifting toward the sky, a canvas of soft light and endless possibility. There is no rush. There never was. The universe moves in its own time, and so can you. A quiet reminder rises within. Nothing in nature blooms all year, and yet nothing apologizes for its season. You have had winters, long, silent winters, where nothing made sense, where everything felt frozen, where you doubted your own ability to grow. But a new season is unfolding, a gentler one, a wiser one shaped not by desperation, but by intention. Growth is no longer a battle. It is a choice. You begin moving again. Your footsteps softer, your thoughts clearer, your heart less burdened. You remember the people you lost, the ones who left, the ones who hurt you, the ones who taught you lessons. Through breaking and rebuilding, for a moment pain flickers, but it no longer consumes you. You understand now that some people were chapters, not the whole book. Some experiences were storms, not your entire climate. Some endings were painful, but necessary. Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And with a new softness you realize, you are not who you are in spite of the obstacles. You are who you are because of the way you navigated them. You feel gratitude rising, not loud, not dramatic, but steady. Gratitude for your own endurance. Gratitude for the strength you didn't know you had. Gratitude for the wisdom pain carved into you. You whisper quietly, "Thank you." And it is unclear whether you are speaking to the universe, your past self, or the moment itself. Maybe all three. You reach a quiet field, open and still, the kind of place where thoughts slow down and hearts speak plainly. You sit in the grass, feeling the earth beneath you. Solid, grounding, ancient. You let your hands rest on your knees. Your shoulders relax. Your mind unwinds, like a fist slowly unclenching after years of holding too tightly. You allow yourself to feel everything you once avoided. The tenderness, the ache, the longing, the quiet hopes, the fragile dreams, the silent strength. None of it scares you now. You see it for what it is, the truth of being human. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." You close your eyes, and for the first time, you ask yourself earnestly, who do I want to be? Not what the world expects, not what fear has dictated, not what pain has shaped, but who you, in the deepest part of your being, are meant to become. A vision forms, not clear like a picture, but steady like a feeling. A version of you who moves with integrity, who loves with openness, who stands with confidence, who speaks with clarity, who forgives with peace, who lives with purpose. A version of you who no longer seeks permission to exist, who no longer apologizes for wanting more, who no longer doubts the light within them. A version of you fully alive. The image warms you, like a distant fire calling you closer. You open your eyes again. The world feels larger, brighter, more possible. You stand, slowly, deliberately, as if rising not just from the grass, but from a long, deep sleep. Your life is calling. Your future is waiting, and you are ready. You take the next step, a small one, but honest, and then another, and another. You feel strength returning with each movement. Not the fierce strength of battle, but the steady strength of becoming. Quietly, the truth sinks deep into your bones. Your life changes the moment. You decide you are worthy of changing it. You walk forward, carrying nothing but clarity, leaving behind the weights that were never meant to be yours. The path curves ahead. The light grows stronger. Your heart beats steadier. And with each breath, you become someone new. The air tastes different now, fresher, richer, filled with possibility, as if the universe itself is breathing with you. You think of all the mornings you woke heavy with doubt, all the nights you drowned in what-ifs, and you realize they were not wasted. They were preparation, not punishment, not failure, preparation. Each heartbreak, each disappointment, each moment of fear was sculpting the resilience you now feel pulsing in your chest. You understand now that life does not break you to destroy you. It breaks you to teach you how to stand stronger. A quiet warmth rises in your chest, a fire that does not consume, but illuminates. You remember Seneca? It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. You feel time differently now. Each second carries weight. Each choice carries consequence, and you no longer wish to waste another heartbeat on regret or fear. You walk along a path lined with trees, their leaves dancing with the wind. They remind you of flexibility, of patience, of yielding without surrendering. There were times you resisted every change, held every loss like a weapon, clutched every hurt as proof that the world had failed you. But now, you see the truth. Strength is not holding on. Strength is knowing when to let go. Your eyes lift to the horizon, A river glimmers in the distance, reflecting the light of the rising sun. A river that has known storms and droughts, yet continues forward, unbroken, unstoppable, and you recognize yourself in it. Your pain, your persistence, your capacity to endure. You step closer to the water, let your fingers brush its surface. Cold, real grounding, a reminder that life moves. Whether you are ready or not, you kneel and cup the water in your hands. Hold it for a moment, then release. And with that small act, you release a part of your past you didn't know you were still holding. You inhale, you exhale, and for the first time in a long while, you feel light, not unscarred, not untouched, but unburdened enough to move forward with courage. You rise, standing fully, your gaze steady, your heart open, your spirit alert. Every step from here is deliberate, every choice intentional, every breath an acknowledgement that you are alive and capable of creating meaning. Epictetus said, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." You smile softly, understanding that humility is not weakness, but liberation, a freedom to embrace all parts of yourself. The flawed, the scared, the brave, the capable. The path bends again, and you notice the beauty in the curve, in the unknown, in the uncertainty. Life has taught you this. The straightest path is often not the most transformative. The clearest answer comes after wandering. The deepest growth emerges from challenge. You walk with awareness now, with gratitude as your companion and courage as your guide. The wind carries the scent of earth and growth, a reminder that nothing that is alive remains stagnant. You pause, closing your eyes, listening to the rhythm of life around you, the heartbeat of the world synchronizing with your own. You whisper quietly, "I am ready to live fully. I am ready to embrace all that I am. I am ready to rise again and again, no matter what comes." A moment of silence stretches, as if the universe has paused to witness your commitment. And then you move forward, step after step, your spirit lighter, your purpose clearer, your heart stronger than it has ever been. The journey is still long. The challenges are not gone. Pain will come again. Doubt will whisper. Fear will knock. But you are not who you were yesterday. You are not who you were last month. You are evolving. You are becoming. You are alive with the quiet, unshakable knowledge that every obstacle is an invitation, and every moment is a chance to rise. The sun climbs higher. Its light spreads across the land. It illuminates the path you are meant to take, and you realize the dawn is not outside of you. The dawn has always been within. You take a deep breath, feeling the rhythm of life within your chest, and with that breath, you make a choice to step forward, to embrace your strength, to honor your journey, to become the person you were always capable of being. You walk into the light, into the unknown, with courage as your armor, wisdom as your guide, and your heart open to the infinite possibilities of a life fully lived.